Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Shit's about to hit the fan. Welcome to Unsanctioned Thursdays on Wrestling with Freddie.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show that you guys asked for because the other one is too short and I can't give you longer episodes. So you get 2 a week. And it's Unsanctioned Thursday. We're very, very lucky when we get guests, and we're incredibly lucky today because this guest is someone that I know, I respect, and I have a lot of love for. Please welcome Saraya. Welcome to the show. How are you, my dear?
I'm so wonderful. How are you?
I'm very, very good. I just want to give a little catch up for people who may not be super familiar with your career, although all the hardcore fans are going to be like, fast forward this part. But in 2011, she was signed by the WWE. She used the name Paige. Somehow the name Paige got over. I still don't know how the name Paige got over as well as it did, except you did a great job with it. NXT Women's Champion at 21 years old, the youngest Divas Champion ever. Awesome WWE career. Went also to AEW and sold out All In London and got to win the championship in front of over 80,000 fucking people, which is insane. So just so you guys know the level that she's at, and we're very, very lucky to have her on the show. We'll talk about, what she thinks it takes to get there and life in general and anything else that she wants to talk about. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. What? Oh, God, you hyped me up, making me sound cooler than what I am.
You are cool. A lot of people call you a teen prodigy in the wrestling world, that you really got the business at a young age at a level that a lot of people don't. I've heard it be like, I would compare it like to young actors when you see like Dakota Fanning at a young age and you're like, oh my God, she's like an old soul and can do this. And there's no like learning curve for her. Like she just gets it. And at a very young age, a lot of people speak about you in the same way that my business speaks about, young actors and actresses in my side of this business, of show business, which we're all in. What is that like, having that much pressure on you at that young of an age?
At first I thought I could handle it, and because I've been in the business my whole life. I mean, my mom was pregnant with me and didn't realize and was taking bumps around the ring, so I've literally been wrestling since I was a fetus. So I've been around the block and stuff. I've been around, and people also think I'm a lot older than what I am because of how long I've been in the business. Yeah. I thought maybe like, oh, this will be fine. This will be easy. But people don't understand the pressure that you get when you're on TV, and then you get a championship on the first day that you're on the main roster. You're the first ever NXT Women's Champion. You're doing all these wonderful things. And, I'm still very young, and people forget that I was so young. I was 21 years old when I won the Divas Championship, and I didn't really have a life before that. Like I was just always wrestling because I wanted to be a diva. And then, fast forward, I start making friends that weren't too good for me, and I have all this friggin', eyes on me and stuff like that. And I was like, I kind of made some wrong decisions in that. And so there was a lot of pressure. Would I change it? No, because it made me who I am today, So, but I do feel very grateful for that. But yeah, the pressure was rough. It was very rough.
Yeah, show business is wild, man. I kind of grew up similar to you in the fact that I do what my father did. He was an actor before me and a stand-up comedian. And he was very young and considered, like a teen prodigy. And he hosted the Tonight Show at like 19 years old when Johnny Carson, he was like our main guy, took a night off and he invited my dad up to speak. And at 22 years old, he couldn't handle the pressure of this business with eyeballs on him. And he got caught like cheating on my mom with Pam Grier.
Oh.
And so she was leaving him. And he was already on drugs and just a real bad drug addict. And the pressure was too much and he took his life. And,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
and so to see someone not only survive the pressures of show business, but thrive after they've gone through it is always a pleasure for me to get to speak to somebody like you, because
Thank you.
that's not the common story. It's an
No.
uncommon story. And it takes a lot of discipline, and it takes a lot of soul searching and a lot of vulnerability to get to a place where you are now. I don't know if you can tell me to shut the fuck up. I don't know if you want to talk about this at all, but I've seen you speak about it before, so I've just taken a chance here.
Yeah. I thought, I mean, even when I had that year and a half where I was just an absolute mess when it come to drinking, drugs. I was popping drug tests. I was like, there was leaks happened to me, all these crazy things happened, and I hit complete rock bottom, no pun intended with the rock bottom, but like, I was in a really bad place and everyone did think I was going to die. I remember when I came back on the first day and like Vince gave me a hug, Stephanie, Hannah, and they were like, we thought we weren't ever going to see you again. We thought you were going to die. You know, it was a very rough patch that I went through. But again, I'm very grateful that, you know, some people wouldn't say that they're grateful for the bottom that they hit, but I'm very grateful for it because I feel like, you know, I'm the right person to take those things because I did come out the other side and now I can help so many other people with it. And I get so many people talking to me about sobriety, and at my sign-ins, people will come up to me and be like, I got sober because of you, you know, and I just love that I'm inspiring people with, you know, the shit that I put myself through. And I'm grateful for it now. You know, I feel like I'm the perfect spokesperson. But yeah, no, I'm grateful. And, you know, I wrote a book about it too, about everything. And it was
What's the name of the book?
Helen Boots. And it was called Helen Boots because of William Regal, actually. And when I first got to FCW at the time, it wasn't NXT. You know, I was a little, you know, ass kicker. You know, I came in, I was very rough compared to the girls back then. And, you know, I was wearing Doc Martens. I had my black hair piercings. I was very pale and stuff. And I used to wrestle like a guy, right? And so William Regal used to say, you know, oh, she's Helen Boots, you know, she's so I loved that so much that I was like, if I was to ever write a book one day, that is what I would be calling it. And it was just perfect. And then there was like a little subtitle, whatever, below. And I put clawing my way through 9 lives because I think I'm like a cat in a previous life. You know, I always land on my feet somehow and I survived so many different things. So yeah, if you want to read it, everybody listening, watching, you can get it everywhere. Anyway, you can get books and audio.
Yeah, go get it. You'll sell more copies than my cookbook did. I promise you that. I
didn't really read a cookbook. I'm kidding.
No one else realized either. Don't worry, you're not the only one. I wish Jeff was here, my podcast partner. You know, you talked about rock bottom, and he's very public and open about it. And I don't want to speak for him, but he spoke about hitting rock bottom as well, and what was necessary for him to get sober. But what we haven't talked about is kind of like the path that you walked to get to where you're at now. And then I want to talk about the future with you, or whatever you're comfortable sharing as far as what your future is. But how the hell did you get to such a healthy place where you're now helping other people instead of needing the amount of help that you probably needed back then?
You know, for some people, like you can't tell an addict they have a problem. They have to figure it out themselves, you know, but you can't be there for them. And one of the most important things that I had is I got rid of all the toxic people in my life and I surrounded myself. Like that's why I talked about in therapy. My therapist told me this is community is the most important thing that an addict needs. And also anyone going through depression and all that kind of stuff too. So, you know, I have my core group of people. My friends got sober with me, you know, and I thought that was amazing. Yeah. They really helped me. My friends Joey and Raquel, who work with me on the podcast and stuff like that too. They let me move in with them when I decided one day I was like I can't do this, and it's because I went into a grocery store one day and I was actually going to get liquor and stuff, you know, and I had this big mat and lay hags. I wasn't taking care of myself. I was really skinny, the skinniest I've ever been, and there was a little girl who was a fan of me in there, and she was just happy to see me. I was like a superhero to her, you know, and I thought, you know, being a role model, I had to be perfect, but she has no idea what I'm going through. She just thinks, oh man, this is Paige. You know, she was the Divas champion kind of thing. She's my, you know, she's my hero and I'm making her day. And something just clicked where I was just like, man, I want to be better for my friends, my family, my fans. Like something needs to change. And so I remember giving, and WWE helped me with this too. I gave them a call and they instantly was like, okay, let's get you a drugs and alcohol counselor. Let's bring you back to Orlando. That's like, you know, we want to help you and we'll get you back into training. And I thank them every day for that because they really helped save my life, you know?
Hell yeah.
They never gave up on me. And I just appreciate that so much. And then I called my friends Joey and Raquel in Orlando and they were like, come live with us. because they can keep an eye on me and make sure I'm doing the right thing, you know. And I went cold turkey with all of this too, so it was really rough. And I wouldn't recommend it to people to do cold turkey because it's not healthy. I would like, you know, go get help, go to rehab or whatever you need to do.
Sure.
But I went back to Orlando. I moved in with them straight away. They were like, we're going to get sober with you. And, you know, they're still sober to this day. And so it was really important to surround yourself with people that want to help you, and then also realize that you have a problem, you know? And so those are the things that clicked one day. It was like a light switch. It was such a weird feeling. I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore, you know? I want to be better. And so, yeah, that helped change. And I thank WWE and my friends for that wholeheartedly.
That's great. Yeah, support group is great. You guys heard the word therapy. That's not a dirty word, especially for men. I really encourage all my brothers out there to find somebody to talk to. You'll live a lot longer. Let's move forward and let's talk about wrestling, because the Royal Rumble came and went, and God damn it, you weren't in it. I had this like vision. Hear out my vision real quick. I had this vision that you were going to be the number one entrant, and the crowd was going to go crazy. And you weren't going to win it, but you were going to go all the way to the end. You would be the one that did like the longest time in the Rumble this year. So the story would be she almost got there on Monday Night Raw, and look how she was in there for an hour and 6 minutes. Oh my God. And then take you to Elimination Chamber. That's how you get to Mania, and then you have the match. That didn't happen.
No.
Why didn't it happen? Why aren't you in WWE? Why aren't you in the Royal Rumble? What the hell's going on? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
So, you know, a lot of people were mad that I wasn't in the Rumble, and a lot of people thought I was going to be number 32. And the amount I've never had, well, I've had that much support before, but I thought I had lost all that support because of like all my controversy, you know, but it was just absolutely bonkers. There was thousands of videos. There's like across all platforms on just a couple of training videos. It was at 13 million a couple of days ago, and now it's like 18 million. It's at 18 million views now. Like it is just absolutely insane. And I cried one day because of it, because I'm just like, I can't believe people still love me, you know, like this is crazy.
Aww.
And yeah, I wish I could be in the Rumble. And there was a viral video circulating of the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. And it was the same year I got told that I couldn't wrestle again, and no one knew it at the time. And then fast forward, I do my retirement speech day after WrestleMania, but no one knew at the time, so I wasn't part of it. And I was backstage in Gorilla, and you know, I'm really emotional, and I was, you know, they have images of me backstage just crying, just being like, this is what I've always dreamed of. This is what I want to be a part of. I hope, you know, one day I can be a part of it again. And so that video was viral as well. And everyone's just like hoping that I was going to be in this Rumble, that I finally get to be a part of that I've always dreamed of being a part of. So yeah, it was incredible. I wish I was part of it, but there's more to it. I mean, WWE has to make that decision, you know, not me.
Yeah, sure.
So it's like, if, you know, one day everyone obviously wants me to go back. I'm taking wrestling so seriously. I lost my passion for it for a second. I kind of fell out of love with it. And it was kind of making me miserable at one point. You know, I feel like the company I was in, I loved being in AEW. I had so much fun. But, you know, the character I was doing, I wasn't too happy with. And I wish I could have done certain matches and certain things. And it didn't come to be. And it's fine. Absolutely fine. That's what was supposed to happen. But yeah, I just kind of fell out of love with it. And so now I'm just like, I need to start training again. I need to get my ass back into shape. I need to be the Paige that I was in NXT, but better. You know, I can do it at 33 still. You know, I still got it. So I started training in January, and I had told people I was going to start doing that months ago. And everyone thought I was just posting it for the Rumble. I was like, no, I've been telling you guys, I'm training in January. I'm doing this.
Yeah,
like,
hell yeah. I saw that video.
Yeah. And so like, I do want to come back to wrestling. I do want to start getting in the swing of things again. And if I was to come back, I'll be better than you've ever seen me. I can promise you that.
I believe, you know, I believe it, because I tried to work with you.
Believe it.
I had a failed TV show where I wanted you to come and be a part of it, and not many people read the script except you and a handful of executives. But it didn't go. So I believe in you. I want you to come back. I can't wait for you to come back. I'm so happy with where you're at in your life right now.
Thank you.
It's really impressive. It's cool to say thank you for sharing so much. I think it's really important for a lot of listeners out there who are going through it, or have people who went through it, or are currently going through it. And it really does help. I love that you mentioned therapy. I think that's super important. Is
Important.
there anything else that you want the people to know out there before I let you go?
Yeah, no, I just want, obviously, I have my own podcast here, which Freddie, you have to come on. I've asked you before.
It's
But
my pleasure. I'm happy to.
yeah, I would love that. But yeah, it's called Rule Breakers with Saraya. And we just took a break from season 1. Right now, we're going to go into season 2. And it's just doing so well. And I'm so proud of, me and my team for doing such a wonderful job with it. It's really great. The guests have been great. But yeah, I have a lot. I'm actually in the middle of doing something right now, and it's a secret.
Oh
It's
no.
non-wrestling related, and but it actually in a couple of weeks is going to be announced, and people are going to see it. But it's really exciting. It's really fun. This year I'm going to be doing some more wrestling, and then I'll have to. Gil's on this call with me, so I can't say too much. That's my manager.
Got it. I got
But
it.
yeah, there's some exciting stuff coming up. There's a lot of signings coming up, you guys, like nearly every weekend of this year. So I'll see everyone there.
Excellent. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for being a part of the show. You're my favorite guest. You talked such real shit, and I really, really appreciate it. She's a real one, you guys. Saraya, make sure you check out her book, Hell in Boots. Make sure you check out her dates for where you can meet her for meet and greets and signings and things like that. I've done a few of those too, man. Fans are cool.
That's fun.
I saw a couple faint they were meeting. I can't remember who they were meeting, but they loved him so much they fainted. And I was like, man, I'm not getting any faints. What's going on?
Oh my God. I get criers, but not fainters.
I get criers, yeah, but not fainted.
Yeah.
I was like, I want a fainter, man. What's up?
I would have come to your signings, Freddie.
Aw, thank you.
Fan of you growing up. I still am, but I absolutely loved you. The 90s king. 90s king.
Well, I'll come on your show and then we can talk about
Yes.
the 90s and how much I miss them because nothing in my body hurt back then.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, you guys. Tune in to this episode, share it with your friends, and we'll see you guys next week on a brand new week of Wrestling with Freddie. Peace.